Hey guys, Kristen Collins. Great to reconnect with you this week. And I have to share with you, it's been challenging this week for me to really get laser focused on what it is that I wanted to touch in on. And this week's message is really about the discomfort and sitting in the discomfort and how that aligns with our health and well-being. And I have to tell you that it has been a struggle this week. And so I wanted to bring forth some of my experiences as I've been sitting through this discomfort and some of my lessons learned this week that are just part of that natural progression and journey to creating a life of health and well-being. And it's a reminder that this is a journey. This is not a destination, and we are forever students. That's why we're here, myself included. So I really appreciate this opportunity to connect with you and get my thoughts outside of my own head as I make mistakes and I continue to learn. I found myself in a severe funk the past 48 hours. I just could not will myself to be a happy person and really had to sit through that discomfort and honor the fact that I couldn't put my finger on exactly why I was funky, and then feeling kind of guilty about that, and then just mad at myself, like, what's your problem? You're so lucky, will yourself through this, be strong. And I was like, no, I have to take my own medicine, and I have to sit in the discomfort of not being able to solve for why I felt off and being okay with that. So some of my findings this week that I wanted to share with you, tip number one that really came through strong and clear this week was being authentic to self. When you're off, you're off. When you're thinking different from seemingly everyone else around you, that's okay. You're probably thinking different. And what do you do with that? How do you stay true to your authentic self? I just had a great partnership call. I'm in this class, and my partner's a gentleman in New Hampshire. And it was the greatest story that he shared with me in reference to how he just was not seeing things the same as his peers were. And he was in a really bad mood because he was just frustrated and didn't like what was happening. And he finally spoke up quietly to one of the other group members. And all of a sudden, that group member was like, yeah, I agree with you. And then that other person brought this information to the group, and the whole group was like, yeah, I totally agree with you. I was laughing, and I'm like, this is such another great reminder of being authentic to self and following your instinct and sitting in the discomfort of maybe feeling isolated and alone in your thought process. And I reminded him, I said, it's in your delivery, it's in the experience. You didn't go in there and torch the place and tell everyone they were idiots because they didn't see it your way. But you finally, calmly, and in a loving way spoke up, and you honored your authenticity about how you were feeling and who you were. And then lo and behold, the whole group shifted within like 10 minutes, but you were the one who had the courage and the self-love to step forward and share how you were feeling. So the first thing I want to shed light on is to go ahead and be authentic to yourself. You are different from everyone else. We are all different from everyone else. And I'm very thankful that so far in 2021, the celebration of our differences and the unity in conjunction with our differences is being something that's coming to the forefront of our culture and our dialogue. So first and foremost, know who you are, be authentic to it, and be okay with it. The second tip for health and well-being this week that really resonated for me was everything in divine time. And what I mean by that is it's not always in your time. It's definitely not always in my time. And balancing being laser focused and working hard and being disciplined and setting goals and charting achievements versus being in flow. I had a great reminder this morning. I received a phone call from a very dear friend who reminded me, as he listened to Deepak Chopra's amazing messaging about how it's all divine, it just might not be in your time. And it made me reflect on things that I really felt strongly about and I was really passionate about, and I was very frustrated because it wasn't happening, and I could feel that that's what should be happening. So obvious to me that that was the direction to go or the outcome that was desired. And then in hindsight, when I wasn't getting my way, I realized, it's really interesting. It just wasn't the right time. And often it does come to fruition. It does manifest, but in its own time. So I'm having to sit back in the real discomfort of building a business and figuring out things that I don't have clarity on, and balancing putting myself out there, working really hard, partnering with the right people, and at the same time being patient and self-caring and self-nurturing to know that I will attract exactly who I need to attract and the opportunities and experiences when they are at the right time, whether that's as a collective or for me in my maturation as an individual. So the second thing to understand is all within divine time. Cast that vision, unattached to outcome, and go for it. But also know that if it's not showing up the way you thought it would or in the timing you thought it would, that's okay too. And then the third thing that really I had to sit with this week, and I wanted to just bring back out to us as a friendly reminder, is to feel our emotions. And as I'm finishing up the writing of my book, Her Phoenix Rising, and the editor is doing a great job really pulling out the storytelling in me and clarifying my aha moments, it really made me reflective of how disconnected I was from my emotions for the majority of my life. And that was just a tool that I used, disassociation, to try to control and to be feeling safe. And I had to work really, really hard at this feeling the emotion thing, because I was super good at just walling off my heart and protecting myself. And I could connect at a topical level all day long, but very, very few people could get inside and really I would feel them. I've come a long way. I still have work to do, but I've come a really long way with allowing myself to feel all of the emotions that being a human offers. Okay, we're not here just to be happy. We're here to feel all emotions. And we say some are negative, some are positive, but they're all here to help us experience and learn and grow. So feeling those emotions, not trying to stuff them and not allow them to be, disassociating from them, that's not living. So how do we shift from surviving to thriving? And that is through feeling each and every emotion. And in the beginning, when I would contemplate doing this and try to do this, it was like a little bit obsessive, because I would go ahead and experience the emotion, which was kind of for a first time because I did such a good job of blocking it or stuffing it. And then I would just satiate on it. I was just like, keep going over and over and over again and just, couldn't let it go. But with time, I was able to experience the emotion and inhale it and exhale it, and then maybe it would come back, and then I would have to feel it again and come back, and it felt like it would go on for a few days. And now when I feel an emotion, particularly an upset emotion, more so than like a joyful emotion, I'm still working on the upset ones. When I feel like something's unfair or I've been wronged, that's really still what I'm working hard on. And then I have to just breathe it in and breathe it out. Not say, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. That actually, sucks. I don't like this, but experiencing it. And then the more I practice experiencing it in real time and allowing myself to feel it, the sooner I can let it go. So those are my reflections this week, being authentic and true to who you are, knowing that it's all in divine time, so still casting that vision, but knowing that if it's not here, it's for a reason. And the third point is to really, really feel those emotions. I hope all those tips, which I'm actively living this week, are tips that help you in your daily health and well-being, and to bring you from surviving the insanity of this world to thriving. Thank you so much for staying connected. I appreciate all of your comments and continued back and forth. It really is this beautiful sacred space that I enjoy to learn and grow myself. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.